Welcome to Nicole Sauce's Follow the Walk. I'm not on a walk with my dogs though, because I decided to spend a little bit of peace time in the garden. What you're looking at right there is a horseradish plant. That's a whole bunch of them. And we're all busy in life, and taking care of a garden takes time, especially the first year back on a plot that you haven't been able to solarize, so you're doing the best with the weeds. And that can get really overwhelming really quickly. Now look at my whole garden. Looks pretty weedy, huh? Looks pretty weedy, but this row doesn't look super weedy. This row is weeded. It's because half an hour every day after the sun heads over the hill and it's not quite as hot, I spend some time weeding. This is part of my 3 things thing I talk about on my website. Where you do up to, but not more than 3 really important things based on your goals. One of my goals is to grow food and have healthy food off the land. In order to do that, if I weed for half an hour every day, at least 5 days a week, I end up with beets, like you see right here, beets growing. Without the weed pressure, I got beans germinated. And it gets done. My biggest thing I have to contend with here is the perilla. Nobody likes perilla. The goats don't even eat perilla. It's a pretty big deal. Perilla grows like mint, though. It's actually edible. You can use it as an herb. In some oriental dishes, call for it. It's referred to as Chinese basil by some. Anyway, what half an hour equates to is half a row. I do this half of the row. Did that yesterday. Do that half of the row today. Tomorrow I'll be hitting this row, and you can see there's perilla. And I do this every day, at least 5 days a week. And that gets me through. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 rows. Doesn't get me through all of them. I just keep rotating through. Here's the other thing. Sticking to my plan like that gets me forward, which means I'm growing food. And if you look a little closer at this weedy row, sure, you'll see that I have that, which needs to go far away because it's poisonous. That doesn't usually happen in gardens, but it does happen in mine. That was, what is that called? It's poison, I'll think of it in a second. Hemlock. Apparently Tactical's listening. You look a little closer, you'll see that these weeds are actually kale, arugula, broccoli greens, more arugula. We got squash here. It's not weeds at all, because I knew that this was going to be a hard year of weeding. And so as one of my 3 things one day I did, I went to all my rows. And I sprinkled seeds that were super old from my seed plant collection. Some of them germinated. So while this may look like an overwhelming amount of weeding to do, really what I'm doing today is I'm out here looking at kale plants to saute up for my greens tonight. And I'm prioritizing the ones that are near things like the squashes, the cucumbers over there that are growing. And tomorrow I'll be doing this half of the row for my half hour. And in this way, guys, I will have a garden. We will be eating the food we grow. This cucumber plant right here will get trained up in that trellis. And I will get my stuff done. And that is how you get stuff done. You just put a little bit of time every day and you're good to go. Next thing you know, you're making videos on YouTube about it. Or Odyssey. You can totally catch me on Odyssey and Float. Just saying. Anyway, think about that next time you tell me you don't have time for something. Because if I have time for this, I'm running 3 businesses and growing my food. And yes, I have a helper here. But just one. We're getting it done anyway, guys. Make it a great week.